Let's see, where is my notes? Alright,
Great start.
so we're gonna start off with, what was your character's name again? Balthazar, right? Balthazar and Ron.
Holy crap, knock these
Rhonda?
traps off.
Rhonda, that's right. Balthazar and Rhonda.
I respect the name Balthazar, and it's Zonda with a Z. It's
Zonda. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda.
Like the car?
Help me, Zonda.
I have no fucking clue. It's not Honda. It's definitely not.
No,
Honda.
there's a type of car. I'm pretty sure it's called a Zonda. It's like some $1 million Italian car only rich people get when they want to really show off.
Is it an Alfa Romeo? So they also have to repair it often.
I have no idea.
Alfa Romeos are true rich people cars, because how often you have to repair those fuckers? You have to be rich.
Rukir.
Yes.
Balthazar.
Yes.
You are making your way through a massive city that you know as the port city of Civis de Portum. It's just this massive city. As you're walking through, you notice these towering buildings and cobblestone roads that seem to go everywhere through these just houses and other sort of buildings. In your hand, you have a job posting that was on the job board back in the last square. Fortunately, it has like a little map to direct you to the tavern where you are going to find the job. Otherwise, you would be completely lost because this city is such just a labyrinth of roads going every which way and just shops and houses everywhere.
And
Sort of like this, yeah, kind of like this. The picture that I have showing there. It's not exactly like that, but it's similar. Sort of just everywhere you look, there's buildings.
Just a clusterfuck.
Yeah, pretty much. So as you're going, you finally come up across the tavern. You see the tavern. Its name is the Rotten Barrel. It's an interesting name for a tavern.
Sounds below me.
Beneath your notice.
But this is definitely the tavern that was on your pamphlet for your job. So, I'm going to leave you there, and what do you decide to do from there?
I question a few of my life choices that led me to this place, but I go in anyway because I need to take this job. Running a little low on Dad's money.
What is your character again, Rukir?
I am a noble dragonborn paladin.
Ah.
Alright. As you enter the small tavern, it's a bit of a rougher tavern, but there's patrons having fun and drinking and eating all over the place. At the bar, you see the bar is a little bit shorter than you usually would think because behind it is a dwarf bartender. He's this big, burly, well, not big, but big as in like muscular dwarf. Just has a glass, doing the old barkeep, sort of rubbing the glass. And sitting at the bar, talking to the barkeep, is some kind of humanoid person that looks a little bit off. You can't tell why.
Okay. Walk up to the barkeep and I say, "Excuse me, sir, I'm here for a job posting. Do you know anything about this? Who do I talk to?"
Alright, and beside you is actually Zonda. As he's saying casual racism in the chat. So the dwarf turns to you as he was talking to Zonda. And you were saying something about the job, right? I got distracted by the casual racism comment in the chat.
Yes, I was asking if he knew anything about it. I was just told to come here.
Alright. Aye! Another one! I thought I was just gonna hire this one here. Yeah, I heard that they were posting up for the job there. I need some folks to take this shipment, take the courage to get the shipment, actually, in the little town of Thandalen. It's about half a day's journey through the forest that way, but you see the problem is there's been goblin raids or something like that going on in the forest. Hasn't been many people coming back. I need someone to protect the carriage on its way through. That way I can get my shipment of plain forest ale for the tavern. It's a favourite here. But with so many problems getting the shipment through, it's kind of hard to sell the tavern ale. Do you lot think you can do this job for me?
I've been meaning to test my skills against people, so as far as that goes.
Well, if you get this all through and bring all the ale back to me, I'll give you 300 gold to split between everyone that's on the job.
Sounds like
Right.
a fair job and a good chance to test my skills.
I'll answer whatever questions you have. Wait, what? What was that?
Sorry. I'm
No,
just saying
go
the
on.
first thing comes to my
Oh,
head.
that's all good, mate. Now, I'll answer any questions you have. But my carriage driver's outside, ready at the stable over here by the side of the tavern. He'll get you going towards the right direction whenever you're ready. Otherwise, I can answer whatever questions you want. Or try to, at least. I don't know much about the goblin raids or whatever.
How come no one's dealt with it up until now?
Don't know, probably because it's such a little town. Not many travelers go that way normally. The only
How
thing
is
really...
nobody making it back?
Don't know, really, I don't know. I've just been told it's goblins. That's all I've been told. Usually you'd think you'd be able to make it past goblins, but again, as Standal's such a little town, there ain't been many shipments back and forth aside from maybe a little bit of food supplies and some of this ale. It's only been going on for about 2 weeks. Still, I can't get the guards to go do it. They say it's just goblins, so why can't I take care of it myself? And I'm like, well, I'm not a warrior. So, here you are.
That could never be more clear.
Yeah. I'm not a warrior. I ain't gonna go out there and fight the goblins. I've been serving tavern drinks for years now. Last thing I did was mining over in the mines behind the city.
Both
Don't
fair,
dare say typical dwarf things.
both fair
Punch.
trades.
That's right there. Yeah, any other questions?
Not that I'm concerned with.
Same here.
Right. Probably should be heading out. If you don't leave soon, it's about probably be making it through the forest in nightfall. Would be a fun thing.
Twould not.
So, yeah. So his carriage is outside, yes?
It's in the stable right next down to the tavern here.
Okay. Are we leaving immediately, or?
I don't know. It's up to you.
I mean, I'm good to go right now. Look over at Balthazar there and just like, does that head shake like, you ready?
I was born ready. Let us go forth and smite whatever evil may cross our path.
Right. Awesome. When you get there, hand him this letter at the brewery over by Fandolin. He hands you a small letter that's kind of like a ledger sort of shipment sort of thing, asking for so many barrels of plain forest ale from the meadery. When you look on that thing, it's signed by the name of Derek Barrelgut.
I'm just looking over at the bartender and like looking at him like, are you noticing that this guy likes to say smite a lot? Like he's really all into that Wrath of God stuff.
I ain't made my problem as long as he brings it down on whatever the bloody heck's been killing folk and raiding the shipments.
So long as you are not part of the forces of evil, we will have no worries.
What on earth are you talking about? I'm just an honest dwarf making an honest living.
Then you have
Can't be
nothing to
too
worry
honest,
about.
right?
What was that?
Oh, nothing. No problem. We're all good.
Right. Now, if you don't mind, he looks behind you, and there's a couple of patrons walking up to the bar to sit down. If you got no more questions, I'm gonna help these folk. If you have anything else to say, let me know, and I'll answer you as I help.
I'm
You
good. Start walking towards the door.
All right.
I follow with a little hop in my step.
All right. So you see the Dragonborn walk out, and the Genasi behind him, just sort of almost springing towards the door.
Frolicking. I prefer the word frolicking.
Frolicking like a fawn in the new meadows, in a nice breezy meadow.
Good.
Step outside onto the city streets again. And to your left again, just like a block down away from the tavern, is the stable set up. You see a carriage kind of sitting out in front of it with a guy and sitting in like a male. About you kind of can guess that his height's probably around the 5'6", 5'8" area, somewhere in that general vicinity.
I start
Just-
measuring his height, put the hand to judge where his head is and bring it towards me. I don't even like say anything. I just start doing that.
He's not even paying attention to you. He's kind of like slumped over, looking really, really bored in the seat.
All right. I'll walk up to him. Excuse me, sir. Are you to be our carriage driver for the shipment for the tavern over there?
Yeah. Are you ready to go, what?
I'm ready. What about you?
All right. Ready as I ever be. All right, let's get going. I guess we don't got all day.
I mount the horse pulling the carriage.
What do you think you're doing, you dunce? The bloody horse already has enough to carry without you on its back.
I mean, it's gonna carry me either way, right? Like, either way, it's pulling my weight.
Get off my horse.
I can't argue with that logic.
I say fine and go back to like the top of the carriage and just sort of sit there instead.
Stupid bloody people. And he just kind of like whips the reins and the horse starts trotting forward. And start making your way out of the city, seeing just more buildings spiraling, and as you go through different sectors of the city, you can tell that it's kind of like some areas are more built up and grander, and some are kind of more slummy and not as nice as you get farther away. Towards the edge of the city, there's like a nice looking tavern, and then just more buildings that kind of like a bunch of paths just going off in different directions randomly. It's like if you didn't have a guide, it'd be hard to tell where you're going.
How in the hell can he find his way through this maze here? Like, not only that, like the roads can't be that large with how.
When you've lived here for a long time, you get used to it.
I'm going to take this time to inspect my fellow, we're going to say companion Zonda. What's he look like? You said he looked weird, but he looked humanish.
I am like 6 feet tall.
Oh, cool.
I weigh like 180 pounds, but like I look heavier than that. Like, you know, because of my racial characteristics, I am lighter than I would seem. I have long blonde hair and a beard, so you can't. It's sort of a short beard, but it's real like fluffy, so you can't really see my face.
You have a glorious beard, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I in turn look at him. What do I see?
Just, I'm 6 foot tall. Let me see what the weight was.
The Dragonborn looks over himself to make sure he can tell you.
I'm not very wise, so it takes me a moment. Look to be about 250 pounds. I'm brass colored, generic horns, got on chainmail, a shield and mace strapped onto me, as well as a great sword. Look like I carry myself with a little too much air.
I look fascinatedly at the fucking horns on the top of his head. I just like stare at them, like awkwardly so. Like it's fucking noticeable. I'm like feeling my head.
I just start touching my head. Is there something on my head?
Horns, yo.
Yeah. I just slowly like look away. Like yeah, this is fine. I'm totally cool with this.
I just start
As you look
lightly
away.
spit shining myself.
Sounds a little bit dubious right there, if I may say so myself.
As you look away, you see the gate, this giant, massive gate approaching as the carriage is starting to get closer and closer to it. There's several guards on either side of it, and you can see just like a banner floating above and like a tower on either side of the gate with guards looking down to make sure there's no intruders coming through the gate. Guards.
Right back, really quick.
Okay, that's okay because a guard stops you at the gate to check over the paperwork, and he'll be checking over the paperwork while we wait for Quipples to get back. Because, like in real life, it takes bureaucracy time to check paperwork.
Well,
So
at least they're actually checking it. Are they going to do that whole, like, mirror on a stick under the carriage thing?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh, okay. Is this where I find out we're part of an illegal spice trade?
Where are you on the carriage?
I
I'm
assume I'm just sitting next to the driver, since
Oh, okay.
Zonda's riding a horse. Just we all stay.
Zonda's
together.
on top of
No,
the carriage.
I'm now on top of the carriage
Oh,
again.
okay,
He told me to
okay.
get off of his horse.
Okay, fair point.
And it was
All
either
right.
that or take his spot as the carriage driver.
So the guard checks over the paperwork, gives a very long look at Balthazar. Like, we don't see dragonborns much around here these days. But it's a big city. I guess they come in from the port. All right, off with you. Paperwork
You
checks
hear a
out.
little voice in the back say, "Check your privilege."
What was that?
Oh, nothing. Oh, this is all good.
What you got in the cart back there? The guard goes
Nothing
around
but a
and
little
opens up
gray
the back.
boy.
He opens up the carriage and looks inside, and he just like stops. He's like, "All right," and he closes it and walks back around.
Ain't nobody inside.
It's like that. Where is that voice coming from? You got someone stowing away in your carriage.
It's your conscience. It's your first time in years that you've heard me.
He starts.
so excited.
One of the other guards next to him just like nudges him and points up, and he's like, "Oh, shut your mouth and get moving." The carriage driver's like, "Idiots."
How can you shut that which does not have a mouth?
I swear, if you keep talking,
Wait, you
the
don't have
carriage
a
is
mouth?
going through the gate now.
I
The
promise
carriage
him
is-
I'll stop talking and just keep thinking.
The guard's giving you the evil eye as the carriage goes through the gate and starts down the road. As you look down the road, as you've exited the city, you see there's like a small area of like cleared fields with some farms and stuff in it. As it approaches the road approaches this forest, it seems a little bit dark. Go ahead and move you onto the next screen here. Looks a little bit dark, a little bit foreboding, but it's not the worst forest you've probably ever seen in your life. You've heard of worse ones in storybooks. If you look, and when you look on your right, you see this big river that just kind of flows and takes a sharp right curve right before it enters the forest and heads off into the distance. Which there's some plains and then more forest that way. On your left, you see a little bit more forest, and then there's hills in the distance, just big rising hills that probably would be an interesting climb, but you could probably do it with a bit of with a rest or two in between. As the carriage trundles into the forest, you hear the carriage driver just go, "Oh, I go in the forest. It's always dark, even with the light out."
I pat his shoulder like a little bit too hard and say like, "So why'd you decide to take this job despite the fact that everybody else keeps not coming back?"
Because I
you
didn't
the only
have
one
a
who knew?
choice.
I mean, there's always a choice, my friend.
I mean, it
Certain
was
that-
either starve
or
to death
getting-
in... Oh,
I was just saying you get your hand chopped off if you get caught thieving, or you could just die by goblins in the forest.
do you want me to pilot this carriage forward, or do you want me to go back?
I didn't realize it was called piloting, and I apologize for your...
I can call it what I like, thank you.
Well,
Gives
I
you a really rude gesture.
well I
Not gesture,
agree
but-
with your core message. I must disagree with thieving. There are
I
plenty
mean-
of other options.
My options were either starve to death on the streets or take the stupid bloody carriage job.
You're right, he could be a gigolo. He's got the face for it.
The bloody heck are you talking about?
Ah, I've heard of them. They are like the House of Lady Favors, but it's man favors.
He just gives you this like
I give him a
very
real solid-
disturbed.
I
He
just
gives
think
you
that-
a really disturbed look and like speeds up the horse. He's like, "I want to get this done with now." So as the
I
day's
like
going
whisper
on,
to my companion, like, "That sped him right up."
as the day's going on, it's hard to see the light from the sun in the trees, but it kind of breaks through a little bit, kind of like in that picture there. And you're just going on. Guess you have no idea how deep in the forest you are, really, but you could probably guess you've been going for at least a couple of hours. Yes, just about. I need you both to make a perception check, please.
Aye, Captain.
And perception, do we add wisdom?
Yes.
Oh god. My weakness.
So, I rolled a 4.
I rolled a 10.
Just looks like the forest.
Failures unite.
Yeah.
You see a deer kind of gallop off through the trees, getting a little disturbed by the cart trundling by and the large animal that's carrying it.
I just look at it like my brain went squirrel and just.
Yeah, and you see Balthazar. You see as gosh, I'm gonna keep saying Rondon accidentally. Zonda is just like his head. As soon as the deer runs by, you see his head just go like almost a 90-degree turn just to watch the deer just kind of gallop through the trees.
What is
Also,
it, my
just
friend?
to say
Did you
something to Rick you there, you can actually change your little title there.
Oh, sweet. How do you do that?
You go over to the cog and then it says display name, and you can change that.
Okay, sweet.
That will help if you change that.
I
That
figured
would
it'd help
actually
you
work.
remember the name.
I
Yeah.
I haven't actually used it. I meant to use it a long time ago, and I was like, I want to play D&D, but I never...
It's easy to remember Rukir's name because that's the God of War in Guild Wars 2, which I finished that a couple of weeks ago. So.
Yeah, I need to work on that. I'm sorry. It's on my
It's
list.
okay.
I just think Balthazar is always like my high class snob name that I love so much.
I mean, technically, it is me.
All right, so you just it looks like a forest. It's what you would expect of a forest. There's little forest critters every now and again, and there's the light shining through the trees. You see the path just seems to go on forever through the forest. As you're going, you just start to hear a little.
Did you hear that?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you hear
I was
that?
looking at the deer. I was looking at the deer. I wasn't paying attention to anything, man.
Are there monkeys in this forest? I turn and ask the carriage driver.
I don't know. I've never seen any monkeys in here.
Zonda looks at you with a perplexing look of like, what is a monkey? Like,
it's a delicacy where I come from.
The carriage driver just looks at Balthazar like, "You think monkey? You're not gonna imagine it." Just as he's talking mid sentence, you just see an arrow protrude from his chest. He's just like,
By Bahamut!
Just closes his chest, and then another arrow into his stomach. And Balthazar, I need to make a acrobatics saving throw.
And that's with dexterity, right?
Yes.
That is a... Let me make sure I don't have any other bonuses. Alright, that is a total of 20.
Alright, as you see the arrows slam into his chest, you're just shocked and amazed. Then you think, well, if there's arrows hitting him and I'm sitting right next to him, I better get the heck off this carriage. You just dive off the carriage as an arrow slams right into the seat where you were sitting a second ago. And with that, goblins come pouring out of the forest. And you see... Hold on, I gotta click...
I should be
tools.
on top of the carriage there still.
Yeah, I gotta switch that. Hold on.
I'm just like sitting down, twiddling my feet behind like the guy who just got shot.
Yeah, I can't adjust you at the moment. I'm switching things from GM layer to token layers.
Oh, it's all good. I'm not judging. I love how we officially know where all the goblins were just after 2 arrows.
They come rushing out.
Ah, I see. I missed that bit.
They come rushing out to attack, and I need you to roll initiative, please.
Let's see, and to recap, do we add anything to the number?
Your dex bonus.
Ah, okay.
I got 17.
I got an 8.
Alright, so we have... I'm going to put... And the green one will be your initiative. So, Rukir, I made you the little Arabian warrior guy, because I couldn't get a Dragonborn token, I'm sorry.
That's okay, I thought that looked close enough and beautiful as is.
And you said
What
you got
color
an 8?
Dragonborn is he?
Yes. Brass.
Okay, so that more than makes up for it, doesn't it?
Oh, yes.
All right.
You're a bit orangey.
And what was yours again?
17.
17? Wow, that's pretty good. Alright, so the goblin do get a round of surprise attack. He comes running up to you because it's like an ambush. You know, Ooh, I cannot select him underneath you, so I'm going to shove you over there for a second. So he comes running up to you and he rolls. He's going to try and just stab you with his little goblin spear. which
Would I have had
is-
time to realize this is an ambush and pull out shield and mace, or just the greatsword?
you can pull out one of those sets of items.
Okay, then that changes my armor class. Just thought I'd check.
Okay. The first to hit is a 15 a hit.
That does not hit.
All right, so he just swings at you, and you manage to barely pull up your shield, and it clink, just hits your shield, and you hear like a. The other goblin comes running up behind, tries to run up behind you, but it's kind of off to the side a little bit, so you can see him out of the corner of your eye as he goes to swing at you with his little club. It's over 20. Does that hit?
Yes, it does.
Ooh.
That sounds healthy.
Yeah,
Oh, you're so lucky.
Oh god.
And that does 2 damage. As he just
Alright.
you don't manage to get your shield up in time, but you do get it up a little bit, and his little club just clinks off of it, but still manages to like slide off your shield and just kind of nick you in the shoulder a little bit. As you kind of almost block it, but not quite.
Dang.
So the other goblin runs up and tries to climb up on top of the carriage, but she's now underneath the carriage because he won't go above the carriage for some reason. I don't know why. That's fine. I can't even select him anymore.
He failed his climbing the carriage roll, I see.
Yeah. Anyways, he climbs up on the carriage and he's gonna take a swing at you. And he completely misses, and he just not expecting like where your positioning was on the carriage. He just kind of swings and just whiffs it, just like just kind of looks at you like, oops. And then the crossbowman over here is going to take a pot shot at you on top of the carriage. And he also whiffs, and it goes flying past your head. He just feels like as a crossbow bolt just right past your head. So
In my favor.
next would be Zonda. It is your turn.
So I take a good solid look at like the one that tried to hit me that was near me, and just
All right.
fucking solidly whack him with my staff.
All right. Roll the hit.
I rolled a 15.
15. That does hit. Roll for damage.
Okay, so 1d4 plus 3. Ooh. 6.
6 damage. All right. You just crack, and you just hear this resounding, like it almost rings in this little bit of the force. This resounding crack as your staff slams into his skull, and the goblin just goes. It's still standing, but it is hurting really
I
bad.
used my other. I punched it.
Okay.
Rolled a 9.
You rolled a 9. All right.
Yeah.
So what's the total?
The 9.
As 9, even with your modifiers.
Yeah.
Okay,
I had a
so-
plus 5 and it rolled as a 9.
Yeah. So after you crack him in the head, the goblin kind of like wobbles a little bit, and you go to punch, but he just kind of like almost drunkenly wobbles out of the way, and your punch just you miss as he kind of wobbles off to the side.
I'm gonna tell you something. Sometimes seeing this like roll v roll is kind of saddening because my other roll would have been at 23. That would have thwacked him right hard.
Yeah. All right, that takes us to Balthazar. Is your turn?
All right. Now, are each of these squares 5 feet?
Yes, that is 5 feet.
All right. It's time to make these dudes. How do I move?
Let me know where you can drag on the map with the ruler option.
Oh,
Just drag to where you want to move within your movement.
okay.
And do remember they are engaged in combat with you right now.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
not-
so if you move, they get the attack of opportunity.
So the one will, but the
The
other
one will, the other one will not, because you're engaged with them still.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna move up above the one.
All right. So the one goblin, as he sees you starting to move out of the way, he just tries to jab at you with his spear.
Bring it.
And he gets where is it? 17 hit.
Nope.
Oh man. You just, as you're backing away from him, just ping, you feel the spear slam into your shield again, and your arm kind of like, feel the jitters go up your arm as your arm kind of vibrates from the hit again.
Going to
Yeah, but-
try harder than that, friend.
The goblin's getting annoyed because he's like, this shield, I can't get past this shield. He's a very frustrated goblin. All right. And you were wanting to move up to here? Correct. Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna open up my mouth nice and wide, and I'm gonna do my breath weapon, a 5-foot by 30-foot line of fire. The DC they
Okay.
need to beat is 11.
So 5 foot by 30 foot. So it's 5 foot like wide and 30 foot long.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And what did they need to roll again?
They need to beat an 11, or they'll take full damage.
Of Dex, Constitution, Strength.
I think it's Dex for them to get out of the way.
Why did he catch
And the line will
carrots
be
on
this
fire?
way. No, I'm aiming this way.
Yeah, I know, but it's 5 feet wide.
Wouldn't that
You
be
know,
just
very-
straight
Each
from
square
me?
is 5 foot.
Well, I was just saying, like, does it count if it's touching like that or no?
No, it's gonna get close, but
Okay, because I was worried about killing the horse. I sort of grown attached a little bit.
Well, the first one does not dodge out of the way. The second one just completely it sees the first one just get torched, and it just goes and, like jumps out of the way.
Okay, so he should take, I think, half damage. I think it's.
So he gets singed on his way out. All right, how much damage is it that they're taking?
Let's see, 2d6.
Roll for both of them.
3. I was hoping that'd be bigger. A total of 5.
All right, so the first one is just writhing on the ground. As the fire's like completely like it's just torching, and his body's like his flesh is melting away. But he's not dead; he's just rolling there. The other one didn't quite get as torched, but he's like his like left leg is kind of like burned pretty bad. And he's limping a little bit. Also, another thing that you probably weren't counting on, but since you're in a forest, some of the trees catch on fire as the fire kind of shoots forward and encases some of the trees and the foliage that you're surrounded with. And a little bit of the edges of the cart get burnt pretty bad. And the horse decides, let's see if it bolts. The horse bolts, and the carriage starts to get drawn this way. The body of the guy driving gets flung off.
You see a sad look on my character's face
And you and the horse
of like the
flying.
betrayal. The
I
betrayal of the horse trying to run away has just hurt me deeply.
I need you to make a, let's see,
start to realize my
Acrobatic?
mistake.
yeah, probably acrobatics check to stay on the cart.
10. I got a 10.
You just barely managed to hang on to the cart, but the goblin's not so lucky.
Does he
And
get
the goblin gets flung off of the cart, and it finishes him off. He was on 1 health point. He gets finished off as he gets flung off the cart, and his practically disabled body just crumples on the ground.
Nice.
He's dead. But you are now bolting down the road here with the cart. And that takes us to the goblin's turn.
Oh,
I do
boy.
believe, because this guy's dead. I'm going to put him on the... Now you can see himself. Alright, so this goblin's kind of like terrified of you, but he's going to go ahead and make a terrified swing at you to try and attack the thing that just toasted him.
He's not dead. The arrows are keeping his blood in. He's just sleeping.
Does a 15 hit?
It does not.
You pull up your shield and cling, it clangs off your shield as his club just kind of...
I give him a nice toothy grin.
He kind of goes... "Oh." This other goblin comes and takes another stab at you, this time determined to get the spear through. He gets a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Alright. So he's giving a good stab on you. For a total of 3 damage.
All right.
This crossbowman that was aiming at you goes ahead and tries to shoot as you're bolting down the road, but he's going to have disadvantage because you just suddenly took off. He was not expecting you to move from where you were at like that, so... And you are fortunate it was with disadvantage. So he goes to shoot, and the cart just takes off. He's like, just kind of shoots, and it flies off into the trees. Now, some of the trees are the fire's starting to spread a little bit, because it's not like a super dry forest, but it's still made out of vegetation and lumber. And so you can see the fire starting to slowly spread just a little bit.
Not enough to cause a forest fire, but it's gonna singe a few.
Not yet, but it's pretty close. It'll make a pretty nice burn
Forest
patch.
as dark as this, I feel like it'd be pretty darn wet. Like once you get to the thick of it.
It's wet enough to keep it from becoming a full blown forest fire, but there's still going to be a pretty nice burned patch.
Exactly what I was saying.
Yeah. All right, that takes us to your turn, Zonda.
I'm gonna like try to hop my ass over here, like and fucking rein that horse in. I mean, like animal handling or strength doesn't matter. I'm stopping that fucker.
All right. You may go ahead and make an animal handling check. I
7.
think that's one of the stats. 7. As you're trying to rein it in, the horse is slowing down, but he's not stopping. He's still moving. He's still going this direction. He's slowed down, but he's still moving. You can still take a movement to jump off of the cart if you wish, or move somewhere else.
Trying to save the treasure loot shit. Can I disconnect the horse from the carriage?
Go ahead. Yes, you can. I want you to make an acrobatics check with advantage as you're kind of like getting jostled around.
25.
Moving forward. Okay, yeah, you definitely hook it off, and the cart just kind of rolls forward as the horse just
So
gallops off into the
I
distance.
jump over here to
Alright.
to the ranger goblin. I just thwack it real hard with my staff.
And I'll say that's your bonus action because your action was trying to.
Oh, if it's a bonus action, then I'm gonna use my monk fist because
Okay. Because I'm going to say that your action was trying to calm the horse and unhook the carriage.
I rolled an 11.
An 11. You go to punch him, but the goblin sees you just jump off the horse and run towards him, and you kind of like sidesteps it as your fist flies past his face. He's like, ha! Ha! Just kind of looks at you with his crossbow loaded. What's up?
So he's like an evil Mickey Mouse.
All right, and that takes it to Balthazar's turn.
All right. I'm going to take a nice swing at the goblin just in front of me, put him out of his misery.
Oh,
Now-
hold on, his health points didn't go down when I put him down. I was like, why is he at full health? Okay, go ahead and take a swing.
Now, unless it specifically says I'm proficient with a weapon, do I add the proficiency bonus as well as my strength?
When you're going to hit, yes.
Okay. This poor goblin.
Unless you're not proficient with it, but I'm assuming you're proficient with the weapon you started with.
Never mind, not this poor goblin. That's a total of 10. I rolled a 4.
No. As you swing, the goblin just kind of like ducks under it, and it just goes right over his head. He's like, oh! And just looks at you grinning, like giving you the same pointed, toothy grin back. Kind of like,
They totally have an armor class of 12. We're always gonna be rolling like 2 under it.
all right, that takes us to the goblins. He's gonna go ahead and take a swing at you.
Okay.
Does a 17 hit?
Nope.
Alright, he just swings and you kind of like block it with your shield again. And then the spear goblin, happy that he got a hit last time, is going to take a stab at you again. And he's so excited that he hit you. He's like, and he just completely misses. Just you're just like, look at it like, why did you even try? It was such a bad miss. Now this goblin's going to, he's very distracted at the moment by the fact that you're at point blank range now. He's going to fire with disadvantage at point blank straight at your face. Does a 14 hit?
No.
Okay, the crossbow bolt, you manage to just sidestep and it just flies under your armpit, and you feel like the wind under your arm as it goes right past you. And that takes us back to Zonda's turn.
Little pissed that he had the audacity to try and hit me. I fucking just swing this staff. Fucking 23.
Oh, that is definitely a hit.
Yeah.
That is definitely a hit.
Nothing like a good old crit. Oh boy.
Wait, that was a crit? Nat
Yeah.
20? Okay, you get to roll double the dice for a crit. For damage.
So, I did a 6 plus 1, and do I just double that? Should I just double that? Or what?
Just, no, because it would give you an extra modifier bonus. It would be 2 rolls of the d6.
No, what I mean is, like, double the roll that I had. Like, do I
Yeah,
just
you double the roll plus 1. Yeah.
that? Then 13 damage with my staff.
Alright, you just crack it so soundly in the head that its skull, you just... and it just collapses on the ground.
Just dead now?
It's completely dead. It's just... Its skull is just a pile of mush.
I'm gonna run over here, right behind those motherfuckers, and I'm just gonna punch the next one right in the skull, like the back of the neck.
Do like a back of the neck hit. All right. Go ahead. And as I'm gonna say since you're flanking him, you can roll with advantage because you're flanking him.
Oh, 15.
He has no freaking clue you're coming. 15.
Yeah.
That is barely a hit.
Apparently, like, the first time I rolled, I actually messed my roll up because I accidentally did a D4 instead of a D6. The first goblin I hit. So I did 4 damage. Right
4
in the
damage?
back of the skull.
Alright. He does... Oops. What the heck? I don't want to move him. Alright, so as you run up behind him and you just do like the palm fist strike straight into the back of his head, and his head...
Like, the
Sure.
Buck Rogers chop that just knocks people out.
Oh, you want to do that one? Okay. You're up behind him and just chunk, and like his neck just snaps, and he just falls over. Just.
I like wink at him and like hold up 3 fingers.
Are you winking at the dead goblin, or?
No. Balthazar there. I'm holding up 3 fingers.
I feel a twinge of disappointment inside of me, and use that resolve to prepare for finishing off this one goblin.
Alright. Go ahead and make your attack.
Oh, dice gods, be with me. 10. Will a 16 hit?
Yes, that will hit.
Huzzah! And I just add strength to the damage, or do I also add the proficiency?
To the damage, you just add your strength bonus if it's a strength weapon.
Okay. 4. That's 9 points.
9 points. And what was your weapon type again?
This is a mace, so bludgeoning.
Nice. Alright, so you take that mace, you look that goblin square in the eye, the goblin's like, "Huh," and just right in his face, you just sink it into his face so hard that like his face indents with the blow of the mace. He just kind of like topples over backwards. Almost does a flip, actually, as he topples over backwards from the impact into his face.
I immediately basically do a praise the sun, but more dragony, and say praise Bahamut.
So basically, you're a skinny dragon doing praise the sun.
Yes.
Got your Morian blades on your side and your great big ass bow.
Totally.
Alright. So the horse has gone down the road. You don't know how far down the road it went. There's a big burn. The fire that got started by the fire breath is kind of fizzling out at the moment. There's this big old burn patch alongside of the road where it landed. And there's these 4 goblin corpses lying on the ground. I need you both to make a perception check, please.
Gotcha.
6.
Okay.
18.
18. Alright, so you notice, Zonda, as you look around after the carnage, you see, in the distance, you see a goblin go, and just bolt this way, and run deeper into the forest.
I tell our dragonborn friend here to chase after him, and I'm gonna check on the guy who's dead, but I want to make sure he's dead.
Okay.
All right.
Mr. Arrows in his body.
And I will.
Medicine check on that
Chase
SOB.
after
You're gonna chase after the goblin?
crit.
Yep.
I crit.
The
like,
medicine
not with
check?
advantage and with advantage, yeah.
The medicine check on the guy? Okay.
You can see his
He's
whole
dead.
family history.
He's very dead. You can tell. You can see the exact puncture wounds. One hit his heart, another one hit his lung, and another one's just embedded in his belly. You can see.
I do
that
like a
he's
quick
very
slaps
dead.
on his face just to make sure, and then run after my dragonborn friend.
All right. So as you're running through the woods, you hear the goblin going, and you come across as you're running through the woods, and you just see like a little tiny clearing, almost not really a clearing, and there's like a cave entrance. But it's like teeny tiny. It's not much of. It doesn't seem like it's much of a cave. And in the cave, you see like 2 goblins step out of the cave to like meet the running goblin. Like, oh, what's up? And he comes running over, and then I gotta find my.
Do I see this? Like, am I actually seeing this?
Not yet. Rukir sees it right now. Hold on, I gotta bring your tokens over here. I don't have it saved in my library. Okay, I'll let you see the page in just a second. Whoa, what was that noise?
What?
I just heard a
I think that was me nodding, and maybe I breathed and swallowed at the same time. I'm not sure.
Wait, where is there's this character? Okay, it's hard to see in the forest background.
Yeah, my character, who's damn near invisible.
Yeah.
Is there like borders you can put down, or like health bars to make it easier? To see
On your characters or?
I mean, in general, but our characters would be good, so we'd always see where we're at. I mean, I stand out like a sore thumb until we go to like the fire plane or something.
I can put a. Can you see better with the red circle? In the forest here. Is that? Oh yeah, you can't even see this page. Hold on.
Yeah,
Here you go.
we're a little
Does
bit
it-
lost.
Does that stand out a bit better? That red circle
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like heat seeking.
Right. So you're chasing after him into the woods, and you see two goblins here, and something is in this cave. You can't really tell what's in the cave, but there's definitely something there.
Cool.
Do you keep chasing, or are you gonna stop?
Well, even if I stop, we won't have time for a short rest, so I'm just gonna keep on chasing.
All right. So the goblin runs up here and turns around like terrified, and you come up here, and you come running in behind him. You kind of see what's going on now, and you're like a bit behind.
Can I yell something to him?
Yeah, you can yell something at him.
I yell, do the breath thing again. That worked out really well. Do it right into the cave.
I would if I could, but
I need you guys.
Like you see my mouth, like pretending to blow fire. Just
You turn your head and you see your friend behind you going, and you're just like, what's wrong with this guy? You turn to face the goblins again. I need you to roll initiative one more time, please.
oh god, that's a mighty number 7.
Okay. So you're at, and what's your health? No, I guess you can just tell me later if you get knocked out. All right, what's your initiative?
mine.
Yes.
1 second. I almost just X'd out the page, which is why I freaked out for a second.
No, that would have been bad.
6.
6. Oh. Oh, okay. So we'll start off with this goblin shooting a bolt straight at your face.
Nice knowing you guys. This was a good first party wipe. I'm gonna start working on a new character.
The crossbow whizzes past your face because he's still really frightened. He's kind of like shaking, and crossbow bolt past your face.
Just hear me laughing.
The first goblin runs up to engage you.
Mhm.
Tries to stab you with his little spear thingy. Does a 19 hit.
It does.
All right. He does 4 damage. Stabs past under your shield. You couldn't block it in time because you were getting ready for this other goblin to come. He's also going to take a swing at you.
Oh no.
And he misses. You were ready for this when you block it with your shield. And now you have these 3 goblins in front of you all going, and you hear laughter in the cave. Just going, whatever it is in the cave doesn't seem like it's going to come out right now. It's just going to let its minions do its dirty work. It only sees Balthazar, and it sees you kind of bleeding in several spots from where you've been stabbed and shot in the previous fight. It's like,
I'm looking pretty rough.
so that means it is actually your turn, Balthazar.
Take a moment. Wonder why in the hell did I not bring healing potions? And I just swing at this goblin.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack.
It's nice knowing you guys. That's a total of 10.
All right. You swing and you just cleave wide over his head, because they're short, and you just weren't expecting him to be that short. Plus, he ducks. It's just straight over his head. The goblin kind of cackles at you, just like, like it knows you're screwed. And that's when it is now Zonda's turn. As the goblin's cackling.
Like an enraged bull, seeing my newly found friend get so hurt. I like run at that guy, right?
Alright.
And like do like a pole vault jab, like right into its face.
Alright, make an attack.
Oh wait, I can't heal myself. Huzzah.
18.
18, alright. So you take and just pole vault off the pole vault into him flying, and you land your staff straight into his forehead. Roll for damage.
3.
3. Amazingly enough, the goblin seems to manage to like back away as it lands, and it just hits him in the chest and knocks him back, instead of actually just like cracking his skull into pieces.
I continue through with just a punch, and I rolled a 6.
Alright, and you try to punch him, and as he's staggering back, the punches, you just don't have enough reach, and it's just kind of like out in front of him, and he's just like, he's a little staggered at the moment. Alright, and that takes us back to the goblins. This guy just freaking out because of what just landed in his face. He's just gonna like take a random swing at you with his spear. Like, he's not even stabbing right now, he's swinging with his spear. And he got, with disadvantage, a nat 1, so he swings wildly and he falls over on his back, just kind of like rolling around like a beetle on his back, sort of thing almost, because he's just so. You came out of nowhere. He wasn't expecting it. It's just like a random thing just flew out of the wood and cracked him in the chest. Just, so he's on the ground rolling around. This one is going to shoot at the new challenger that has arrived here, in just like shock of another thing just appearing in front of him. And in shock again, he's still terrified and shocked, and the crossbow bolt just flies past your face again. You're getting kind of used to this feeling of just crossbow bolts flying around you. Yeah. This other goblin, it can't really get to you from over there, so it's going to go ahead and take another stab at Balthazar for over 20. So that's a hit.
Please be a 1.
And it does 7 damage.
Well, I'm down.
Alright, so Balthazar is knocked unconscious.
It's at that moment I realize, oh yeah, I can lay on hands. It's too late.
Alright, it is your turn, Zonda.
Okay. Closest one near me, whack at him with the staff again.
Alright.
Rolled a 10. Sort of. Oh wait, that's my monk unarmed. Never mind. Let me roll again. 13. Miss.
Well, this guy's on the ground, so you can roll with advantage. He's rolling around on the ground right now. You're just kind of like...
If it's with advantage, then it's 21.
Alright, you crack him hard, right in the skull.
Okay. Roll. I do another 3 damage.
Amazingly, just rolling around on the ground, he's still alive. He's crying out in pain, going... But he's not dead. He's amazingly not
a little
dead.
Pissed. I like...
You hear in the cave...
to the middle here.
Okay.
And I like fucking jackhammer punch him in the face while he's down.
Alright.
Seeing this with advantage, it's a 15.
Alright. Go ahead and roll damage.
And the damage... 6.
Alright. This goblin rolling around the ground, you hear in the cave, just... he's laughing at his fallen compatriot. And just... And that goblin is just...
He's finally dead? Finally fucking killed the bitch?
Yeah, he's dead. He's very dead. Alright, and that makes it the goblin's turn. This guy just... He's rolling on the ground laughing in his cave right now. He doesn't give a crap about the fight. He's just laughing so hard. This goblin is going to go ahead and try and stab you with his little spear. He rolled a 15. Does that hit?
Nope.
Alright, he just whiffs as you just kind of like dodge out of the way using your super monk abilities. The guy with the crossbow bolt takes a shot at you. Since you're so close, he can't really get a good aim. He's like... He just kind of like discharges it into a tree beside you. You don't even feel the whiff on this one. It's just so far off. And that makes it Balthazar's turn. I need you to make a death saving throw.
Alright, for the sake of entertainment, it's a D20, right?
Yes.
Boom.
I can't even see what it is because I'm looking at the other one.
Oh, it's a 16.
A 16?
Yes.
Alright, so that's a save. That's 1 point towards stabilization.
Yay, and if I'm stable, do I get back up, or am I just safe? And
You're just knocked out.
Okay.
Zonda, it is your turn.
Okay, I take my staff, back at the one with the spear. Roll the 14. Miss.
That just barely misses him as he just kind of like ducks out of the way at the last second.
I come with like a back fist after that swing and missed again.
And amazingly, this goblin like seems to be some kind of like kung fu goblin, just whiffs all over. He's like, he just like almost tries to do a crane kick, but then he remembers he's not Karate Kid, so he just tries to stab you because it's now his turn. And he just whiffs again, just amazed at these misses that you made. He just kind of like follows in turn and misses. The guy with the crossbow goes ahead and tries to shoot you again. And completely discharges it into another tree. He's so shaken he can't aim at for anything.
How many times do I need to roll a 1 before they start hitting each other?
Well, he didn't roll a 1, he just whiffed really bad.
Yeah, I know, I'm joking.
Alright, I need Balthazar to make another death saving throw, please.
Ah. Curse, you roll 20 dice. That is a 4.
Ooh, so that's a death count.
You know, in my head, I imagined this was going to go much better.
I mean, if you'd remembered you could heal yourself, that probably would have helped.
I was hoping that they would not somehow manage to hit me, but I was wrong.
Alright, Zonda, it's your turn again.
Okay. Seeing as I'm a little bit pissed at the guy with the shield and the spear, I use my quarterstaff on the archer one. Rolled a 10. So I punch it and roll a 21.
Alright, the whiff with the staff, it just ducks out of the way in fear, and then it does not see you just coming with that fist punch to its face.
And I did 6 damage.
The punch is so strong that it doesn't kill it, but it knocks it flat on the ground. He's just like, boom, boom, like staring at the sky just in shock. Alright, this goblin's gonna go ahead and try and stab you again. And again, he's just like stabbing randomly. He can't seem to hit anything. He's just like, and he just whiffs past you again. The goblin that's laying on the ground kind of slowly clambers to its feet in shock. And just kind of like draws its sword and looks at you like ready to try and slice you, but it's just so disoriented it can't really do anything right now. In the cave, you just hear more laughing and rolling on the ground like,
Hey, I'm sort of annoyed at its existence, so I punch it in the face again. Rolled a 5. Oh, rolled an 11.
As you go to punch, you just whiff past him, and the dazed goblin just watches your fist go by, just like.
And then I poke it in the throat with my staff. Rolled a 12.
you just lightly caress it. You go to poke it, but you're not quite close enough. You just like caress it with your staff. The goblin's just like.
I love how nobody's hit each other yet.
All the memories of the first time we played D&D just come flooding back. I am having PTSD.
Is this a dead paladin coming up? I see.
Possibly. I got 2
make
more.
that saving throw.
All right, here we go.
Wasn't that also in a caravan ambush? Or
No,
It was the same campaign. 15. Do I make it? I'm assuming.
that's a make. Yes,
Yeah.
above
Like
10
anything
is the
over
same.
10 is probably make it at this point.
Okay.
All
Stand
right,
sure
so
of the rules.
I think that's the goblin's turn, right?
Yes.
All right, the first goblin's gonna go ahead and stab you, or try to, and he he whiffs. He's just stabbing blindly. Like, you know, if you see like an insect that you really don't like, or some kind of creature that you hate, and you just keep slamming at it and hoping you hit it, and just pure frustration and fear.
It
That's what
tells
the
the
goblin's doing.
pure fear that it felt for me, like fucking pole vaulting the other goblin right in the fucking face.
Yeah, this one's just stabbing wildly. The dazed one's just kind of, he's like kind of wobbly, but he's swinging at you with his sword, and he's not even close. He doesn't know where you are. He's so dazed. He's whiff.
Welcome to
In the
D&D,
cave.
folks, where the choreography is very under practice and no one can hit anything.
In the cave, you hear more laughter. It's like this thing is like watching a comedy show almost. He's rolling on the ground, crying. His eyes are closed, just like.
Hopefully he'll pull a Roger Rabbit and die of laughter.
All I want to let anyone know is that 4v1. Sam.
All right, Zonda, it's your turn. I think I had Balthazar go early last time.
I yet again, like, seems like my stab to its throat miss. I fucking, like, swing it around again to try and, like, hit it with the other side. I roll. Wait, no, that's. No, I got it. It didn't work. I rolled a 11. Okay. Then I punch it. Roll the 6.
You swing the staff around just over its head, and the goblin's just like watching the staff like a mobile, like a baby would.
And I have to let you know that fist strike was as pathetic as it could get. Carried no weight.
It's your fist. You just, instead of punching, you just kind of like poke him. And Siri's trying to ask me a question here.
Yeah, like it tickles him a little bit.
You just like, you go to punch him, and you just like poke him and like kind of crest him with your knuckle in the punch, and you just kind of like. Oh, kind of looking at your fist in confusion. So he's gonna go ahead and try and swing at your fist, just like, and does a 15 hit.
No.
Right, so he just once again whips at your fist, just like in complete confusion. The other goblin, this goblin is not afraid anymore. He's mad, like he's just hopping mad because he's been stabbing at you and somehow not hitting you. And again, just in such anger, he just whips again with the spear.
Good God!
And in the back of the cave, the creature in the cave is laughing so loudly now that it's like echoing out of the cavern just around you guys. It's just filling the entire forest. Alright, Balthazar, I need you to make another saving throw.
It's a 19.
Alright, you are stabilized.
Yay.
Amazingly, your body manages to like pull itself together, but you're still dreaming in La La Land of goblins smacking you in the face. Zonda, it's your turn.
Okay, yet again, focusing on the one with the crossbow, I use my quarterstaff. Roll a 4. If I had advantage, it would have been a 23. Nat 20. But no. Okay, punch it. Roll a 6. Both of those times I rolled a nat 1. Just want you guys to know.
So you rolled 2 nat 1s?
Flailing ineffectively.
So this goblin is doing like the drunken style dodging and it doesn't even know it. You're just like, you go to crack down on it and it just kind of like leans to the side. Wham!
Its weakness is its strength right now.
And then you go to punch it and it just kind of like moves its head and quizzical look at why you slammed the ground and you just whiff past its head. The goblin to your side is just furious because it's just watching this and it realizes the two of you are just exchanging blows and doing literally nothing. And it's mad that it can't hit you and it just tries to swing. And it lands a 20 to hit. Not
hit me.
Alright. The first hit of the battle. That does 6 damage.
Okay, I'm on 3 health.
It manages to just get that spear straight into your side.
Okay, so can I carry someone while flying?
What's your strength?
12.
Wait, you could fly?
Yes.
If you can make a strength check.
Oh, and Kyle, I'm killing the swine prince, by the way.
Nice.
I
rolled a
strength
12?
check. A 12? So I'm assuming you're trying to grab Rukir and fly away.
I'm not even
right?
grabbing his items. I'm just grabbing him.
Alright, so you just start to drag him through the forest. You can't really you're like levitating, but you can't take off with him, so you're just kind of dragging him through the forest, away from the fight. The two goblins
I can't take off with him, so I can't like fly to the top of the cave.
No, but you can levitate away. The creature in the cave is still laughing, the goblins just kind of watch.
Levitating away isn't any better than just picking him the fuck up, though.
I mean, you weren't strong enough to actually carry him up with you.
I'm gonna pick him up, but not only am I gonna pick him up, I'm also gonna use like any other action I have to just double my fucking speed out of here.
Alright. You guys book it and the goblins just watch as you run in confusion. I'm gonna be nice, I'm gonna say that Rukir...
No, go ahead and take a shot at us.
No, they don't have any ranged weaponry.
Oh, the crossbow guy?
Yeah.
Then again, he changed to a sword, you said.
Yep. And I'm going to say that Balthazar was so into the fight that he managed to keep a hold of his weapon as you drag him away.
I mean, worst case scenario, I come back.
Yeah, he was knocked unconscious. His hand was not going to let go of it. He is so asleep that his muscles stiffen.
Exactly. So you guys
Which
make
makes it easier for him to be carried.
You guys managed to make it back to the road without the goblins chasing you amazingly. They were just amazed that you suddenly just took off and levitated, and they were just like staring dumbfounded like frick. So now you're back at the road. And you guys are just resting by the carriage that it's come to a
what
stop.
I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like get in the carriage, right?
Okay.
And I'm gonna medicine check his ass to try and like get him to working condition. I have a herbalism kit. I'm just gonna try and save his ass.
Make a medicine check. How does it work with the medicine kit? I think you just add it to your... Make Google really fast.
Should I do medicine or should I do herbalism kit? Like, which one should I roll?
Well, herbalism would be from your...
I mean, either way, it has the same bonuses, so...
I think you can just expend an action of the kit to stabilize a creature. He's already stabilized, though, so you don't really need to...
Okay, so I don't really need to do that?
No, you don't need to do that. He's already stabilized because of his breath.
I'm gonna, like, look in the little caravan here, see if there's any potion.
You climb into the caravan and you find that it's actually pretty much empty. The caravan was being sent... The carriage was being sent to pick up ale, and it wasn't actually bringing anything back. You just see, like, one crate in the corner.
I look into the body of the carriage keeper dude and see if I can get anything off of him.
Is it possible that with enough time I can come to consciousness?
Yeah, you'll wake up on your own eventually. Go ahead and make a just a straight wisdom check, no perception. Just off your wisdom stat.
Oh, just off my wisdom stat?
Yeah.
Either way, I got like 10 for perception and 4 for wisdom. I rolled a nat 1 for wisdom.
Oh, well, you managed to find about 5 silver in one of his pockets, like some pocket change.
I'm gonna like whistle real loud with an animal handling and try to like see if the horse can hear me, because I'm just really going for anything at this.
All right, go ahead and roll that with disadvantage.
I got a 4. A nat 4.
You're whistling.
I don't know what that was. That was a 1. I just sort of like spit instead of whistled.
Your whistle sounds kind of like... And with that, Rukir's just like, what? Kind of like shakes awake because he feels the spittle hitting him in the face. Just...
So I'm back to 1?
You are at 1 hit point.
Okay. Wake up.
I just sort of like look at him and shake my head like this is supposed to be a group thing, and I feel like I've been taken advantage of.
I'm sorry, I swear. I'm usually better at this. I forgot to stretch this morning.
Really makes me think about that daddy's money thing again.
Do you want to take a short rest and we go back in and finish them off? Or do we try to find the horse and get out of here? Impart your wisdom upon me.
I say we find the fucking horse.
Okay.
Like, maybe take a short rest, try to find a horse. Fuck the goblins, we couldn't have hit that. like, I don't know what you were thinking about those goblins, but you got your ass kicked. Like, you were down before I even really got there.
You guys wrecked 4 of them. I mean, you just, for some reason, you couldn't land the hit.
I wrecked 4 of them.
You're 3. That was got 1.
No, I actually got 4. I got 3 by the carriage.
Oh, yeah, and you got the one at the cave.
1 in front of the cave.
Okay. Well, upon taking a short rest, I'm back to max.
Okay.
Are you rolling a d8? You have to roll a hit dice to...
Yep, it was a d10, and I got a 10.
And that's your hit dice for the day?
Yep, until we take a long rest.
I got fucking 2. Thank you, God.
Okay, so I have a crazy idea. I feel guilty that you've killed so much. You look for the horse.
As you were resting, you kind of see the horse in the distance actually just sitting between the trees, nibbling on some grass.
To pass our time, I want to make a quick bet with him.
Okay.
I'm going to bet 5 gold that I can hold my breath longer.
Alright, I'll take that bet, and I'll double it.
Oh, okay.
Alright, the 2 of you sit down and
just let you know, I have unending breath. I can hold my breath indefinitely.
Well, I didn't know that yet. But,
go ahead and roll.
About to learn.
Go ahead and roll a d20, Richard, to see how long you hold your breath. You don't have to roll anything.
Do I add anything?
No, just roll a d20 on Constitution.
All right. Well, the Constitution modifier, it'd be a 14, but I got a 13.
All right, so you got a total of 13.
Yes.
I'm not even phased right now. I'm fine.
You look at your opponent in the whole breath holding contest, and he's just staring at you, making funny faces, and you're just like, you hold for such a long time. It's actually impressive that he's holding for as long as he did, but eventually he's just like, there's a little bit of breath of fire. Goes,
I say pay up.
Okay. So here's your 10 gold. Was it right?
Yes.
All right.
I love how you doubled down before even knowing anything.
I thought I could do it. I also realized we have a chance to finish these guys as long as you don't mind another forest fire now that I've had a rest.
I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
Do you have any supplies to go in there with, or am I just going to have to carry you away again?
This time I'm going to remember my lay on hands.
But seriously though.
Otherwise, I got nothing. I mean, I could give you a ton of money. Not really a ton, but let me see here. What else do I got?
I've already got that part solved.
We could try to talk them into playing cards.
Giving him a look.
That's about it.
Giving him a look of fiery camaraderie. I just clap his shoulder and just nod. Fucking, we're doing this now.
Alright.
Alright.
But not before I reined the horse into the carriage and just was like,
good idea.
Fucking stay this time, dude.
Alright, so you walk up to the horse, and the horse is just munching on some grass in the trees. You kind of saw off in the distance. It obviously ignored your whistle the first time because the whistle was kind of pathetic.
I bring a little piece of the guy who was the carriage person, a little piece of his clothing to really get the smell, you know?
Okay, go ahead and make
His
an animal
pants
handling
mainly?
check.
Do I get advantage?
I was going to give you disadvantage, so now I'm giving you no.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, it's either a 12 or a 22. You can choose.
You get the 12, but you kind of tug on it and show him the piece of shirt, and the horse is like,
no, pants. It's his pants.
Okay, a piece of his pants, and the horse is like,
it's not a piece. It's the whole fucking thing.
Oh, you brought his trousers over. The horse is like,
yeah, I just whole damn thing.
And it follows you, but reluctantly. Very reluctant.
I tie the pants around the horse's neck like a collar, and then just rein it in to the carriage.
Okay. The horse is looking at you very confused.
And I just let's go, buddy, to the cave. Making sure to stay behind him, by the way.
All right.
Out of frustration, I'm gonna put up my shield and mace. I'm gonna bring out the greatsword. Hopefully to end this quickly.
Behind him, so that he's a meat shield.
Okay, give me a second.
I need my meat shield. I have 5 health.
Alright, so you approach the goblins, and the two goblins are just kind of sitting there staring at each other, talking.
You said you have 5.
Okay,
you said you have 5
we
health.
should try and see. I whisper to them before they see us. We should probably be stealthing right now.
I am down with that, and I clasp my hand on his shoulder and tell him he's a wise man, and give him 3 hit points.
I rolled an 8.
On your stealth check? I need you to make a stealth check as well as you're doing the lay on hands there.
Okay. 19.
And are you wearing heavy mail, or are you just what are you?
Let me double check. I think chainmail is safe from the.
That's what I was wondering, because I don't know what kind of armor you're wearing.
As long as you have the proficiency for it, it should be fine, right?
There's some kinds of armor that are the really heavy armors that give you disadvantage unless you have a feat, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's plate mail usually, isn't it?
I thought so, but I didn't know for sure. I think you're fine in chain. We'll just say you're fine in chainmail. And you rolled a 19.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Can I notice how loud I am?
It's actually a disadvantage.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Okay.
That makes me
So I
sad.
need you to roll again.
Please be a 17. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have a grand total of 3.
Was that a net 1?
No, it was a 2.
Okay. So as you're clapping him on the back, he goes, oh! Kind of not expecting the hit, and then your armor just goes clink, 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 as you kind of slap him on the back, and the goblins kind of go, and kind of turn to look at you. I need you to roll initiative again.
I just start singing, "We are both."
Son of a Bahamut! It's a total of 4.
8.
We are the worst at this. I'm the worst at this. I'm sorry. You've done well.
Yeah.
Okay, Zonda, you get to go first.
I run right into this person's fucking snout and just bring the fucking staff down on his fucking hand.
All right, let's see this.
I rolled a 5, but if I had advantage, it would have been 23. Oh, the beauty of advantage. I'm gonna now punch him right in his snoot. I'm gonna boot the snoot.
Yes!
I
Boot
rolled
the
a 21.
snoot.
Okay, so with the staff, you go to crack him, and he just barely sidesteps and confused. The staff just slams on the ground next to him, but as he sidesteps, he doesn't see your fist as you just plow it right into his snoot.
I rolled a 7.
A 7 for damage.
Yes.
As you plow your fist into his snoot goes back into his head. Your fist caves a hole, almost like a hole in his head, and is just like a fist-sized indentation in his face. And he falls over, just.
In the wind, you hear a slight dun 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 dun. I hold 5 up in my hand.
All right, that makes it the goblin's turn. This goblin's gonna run over here to the guy who just booped the snoot of his friend, and he's gonna try and stab you.
Oh.
Can't be there. The 5, man.
And he rolled a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely saw me, and I'm now injured.
And you took 7 damage from the spear.
I'm on
stab.
1 health.
Lay on hands, coming in clutch now.
The spear stabs into your stomach, and you just feel this piercing pain as it just rips through, feels like a kidney almost as it rips through, and just yanks it back out, and you just see some blood coming out of your
Instead
side.
of the 5 fingers now, it's just 1 middle finger. I'm gonna shove that into his eye the next time I get a chance.
Again, the creature in the cave is not thinking much of you guys right now, and you just hear laughter again as it watches.
It's a fucking hobgoblin, isn't it?
Blood just
It's
goes.
gonna be a hobgoblin.
All right, that is your turn, Balthazar.
Alright, I'm gonna scoot up right next to this goblin.
Okay.
He's gonna heal me.
Could I do lay on hands as a bonus action and breath weapon as an action?
No, that would be an action to lay on hands. Unless it's
Can't breath action be a bonus action?
Let me Google these real quick. 5e lay on hands.
Breath weapon. Failed save. It doesn't say that it's an action or bonus action, just hey, this is how you use it. I feel like both are pretty quick movements, like it just tap him.
I feel like breath weapon should totally be a bonus, but I'm also not gonna complain. Let's be honest, it's a fucking breath weapon.
The way I'm gonna say this is for lay on hands. To heal yourself, I'll say it can be a bonus because you just have to touch yourself. But to heal someone else, it is an action.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you read on the fire breath?
It doesn't say anything about it being a bonus or action. It just tells me how it works.
That I will say. That is an action to use.
Crap.
Because you have to.
I mean, either have the guy who saved your life be saved, or breathe fire.
How does the goblin in front of me look?
He looks pretty mad because the guy that he tried to stab 8 million times is back.
I'll straight up tell you, he has not been hit.
Ah.
He looks pretty happy because he now has his spear coated in blood.
He's already stabbed me, but now he's just stabbed me again, fucking asshole.
Okay. Then, because I know there's a good chance I'm gonna go down again, I'm gonna use my last 2 points of lay on hands and give it to you, my friend. You are clearly the better warrior than I.
So I get 2 health for that? Like, what do I get?
You get exactly 2 health points.
You
Okay.
feel this rush of energy come through you as he
He's
lays a
been
hand
doing
on
more
you
than that damage per hit.
To be fair, he rolled max damage twice on you, so.
Yeah. I've really gotten boned here in the whole.
Alright, it's your turn, Zonda.
Okay. So I take my staff and I'm like, excuse me, and I'm trying to like aim for like the same region that he stabbed me in. And I rolled a 5. So instead I take my middle finger and I poke it at his eye. And I rolled a 9.
Oh,
The goblin's
no.
very confused as you just whiff and then whiff again, and he's just like looks at you
That stab's
strangely.
really doing a lot to me. Like he stopped the bleeding now. But
And
like
he's gonna try to stab you again,
Is that so?
which is over 20 to hit,
Oh no!
Okay.
I have no lay on hands to bring you back.
which is 6 damage.
Yep, I am down.
The hobgoblin is roaring uproariously with laughter in the cave. You can see it now as it kind of takes a step forward to watch, and it's just laughing.
I say you drop your shit and get the fuck out. That seems like a good decision.
I am not leaving you.
No, I meant drop your shit so you can pick my ass up.
Oh.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
knocked
laying
out. You
there.
can't talk.
Can.
I know,
Hmm.
which is why I'm leaving it.
I'm not a very wise dragonborn.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do what you
Do
do.
your thing.
Okay, now would it count as a sort of surprise on that jerk in the back if he were to get hit by spontaneous fire? Would he be at a disadvantage for rolling and trying to dodge it?
Yes, he's laughing uproariously right now at your pathetic attempts to fight his one goblin.
Okay, let's see here. Total damage. Total damage of 12.
Oh shoot! All right, and I need to make some dex saves. All right, the goblin in the front. And what was the spell DC on that?
They need to get above 11.
Above 11. So what if it is 11?
I
Does it still
think
hit?
It counts. Like
Yeah.
like it still dodges.
he
Okay.
still takes half though.
So the goblin in front manages to dodge out of the way, but he gets lit on fire because he was right in front of you. Just. And so you said 12?
Yep.
He was so close to you that he might have managed to get out of the way, but he is like practically a crisp. He's like a crispy goblin. He's like,
Good.
hobgoblin in the back, which you now know is a hobgoblin.
I already guessed it. You're not really giving us any
It just
information.
it barely manages to get. Wait, no, it has disadvantage.
It's in a cave too.
You're lucky it has disadvantage. It does not expect it. It's just laughing, and then it just sees this cone of fire in its face.
Can I also
It was at this moment that Hobbs knew he fucked up.
say that it literally has nowhere to go? It's in a cave. The cave is less than 5. Like
It's 10 feet.
It's
no,
a
but
furnace.
the cave. He's fucking hotboxing the bitch.
It doesn't matter.
I love you, Kyle.
This firebolt, this cone of fire, he's just spending his whole time laughing, and he just goes, oh. The fire just hits him square in the face, and then when you stop breathing, his head is just a skeleton. Like, crispy
Yes!
skeleton, and then his body just topples over. And it's dead.
Okay.
The other goblin, I need you to make a death saving throw, though, Zonda. Zonda?
Hello? Where's Zonda?
We lost him. Well, he's
Back,
well,
do I have to roll a save?
yeah, that's a roll save.
Okay. What would that be? Just,
Above 10 is you get a save plus. Below 10 you get a death plus.
Would it be a Constitution save or just?
It's just
random
straight D20 roll.
Okay.
Straight D20 roll.
8.
All right, you have 1 death point. 3 and you die. The goblin notices that you've just torched his buddy, and he just like eyes wide, just hobbles into the forest away from you. He can't really run that fast because he's been torched, but he like tries to hobble away. All right, Balthazar, it is your turn. You can either finish engaging him or you can let him run. It's up to you. He might come back. He might not. You don't know.
Oh no, I'm finishing him. Get me right up on that.
All right. I'll give you an advantage on this because he's like on one leg, kind of like hobbling backwards.
Okay. Well, I was gonna cleave him, but we're gonna do something a little more fun. I'm gonna pick him up and basically RKO him as hard as I can.
Like pile drive sort of thing?
Yes.
All right. I need you to make a strength check for grapple.
He's gonna do what Bane did to Batman.
Yes.
Sorry, Backbone. You're going away.
You said I get an advantage on it?
Not for this because it's a grapple. It's just your strength versus his strength.
Well, that was a terrible roll. Total of 10.
Well, he had a total of 1, not a nat 1. So you grab this goblin,
Break
you
him
pick
in
him up, and I want you to roll for an attack to pile drive him.
Like the d20 or the damage?
Go ahead and roll a d4 for damage. As you pile drive him into the ground.
Total of 5.
5. You take this goblin and you just flip him over so his head's facing the ground. You see his eyes as he stares and you're just like, and you're just like, hey. Boom. And his head just turns into like a watermelon, just smash onto the ground.
Okay.
Let him go in his body.
And I'm gonna quickly
But
run
Zonda,
over.
I need you to make a death saving throw as he comes running over to help you. Because he was busy pile driving a goblin.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. This is gonna work out well for me. 11.
All right, that's a good save. You're fine. All right.
I'm 1 for 1 right now.
Yeah. All right, you're over here trying to pick him back up.
I'm just gonna try and stabilize him. We're not in a rush to
Right.
get anywhere.
You want to fucking fight? That's a hobgoblin. You got
It's
beat by a
dead.
normal goblin. It's dead.
I
The
roasted
cone of
it.
fire, it literally incinerated its
Did you
head.
add extra damage for hotboxing? Please say
No, I did not. It was the straight. It didn't dodge. It was the straight damage from his attack.
Oh fuck.
He just toasted it. Was not expecting that. So I'm gonna go ahead and say you don't have to roll for this because just for expediency.
Okay.
You worked and you managed to kind of like stabilize him and kind of like put like a little band. You use his herbalism kit and you put some like poultices and bandages over him. Don't really know what you're doing, but you kind of think you got the right ones.
I'm just gonna ask a question here.
Yeah.
Do I need to remove my failures after he fixes me, or do I just keep them in case I go down again?
You remove them. It's for every time you get knocked out, you start over.
Okay, like that's what I've always like questioned before.
Yep. When you get knocked out, it starts at the beginning of your death saving throws.
So now I have 1 health.
I smile at him and hold up 3 fingers.
I hold up 5 and just like John Cena it again. Like, can't see me.
I cry.
All right. What do you guys want to do? You are.
This camaraderie has been built in blood at this point. Like, our friendship's gonna last. Like seriously, if you were gonna die the first time, I was gonna take your priest your fucking paladin amulet with me forever.
You basically immediately through this battle, I feel changed my flaw.
Yeah, that can happen. I will say that can happen because character traits can change.
So no longer do I believe everyone's beneath me. I believe they are my equals, and they will save my butt.
At the very least, I am your equal.
Yes.
We'll say that you at least believe that Quibbles is your equal. No one else. Everyone else is the same.
Okay.
Zonda here is.
Zonda. He's cool.
He's cool.
Dear Lord,
Alright.
this has been an emotional roller coaster.
It has.
You're as you look up into Balthazar's face, you kind of look around and just see this carnage of like blood from goblin blood all over the place, and your own blood, and also Balthazar's blood, just all over the ground in this little tiny clearing in front of the cave.
I take my middle finger, I like crawl my ass over to the dead goblin that he snapped. I stab my finger in its eyeball.
There's no eyeball left. Its head got watermeloned.
I fucking jab it where it jabbed me.
Alright. Just poke the body of the... Actually, roll for an attack. I want to see if you can...
Oh no, you break your finger. Just kidding, no.
Do I get advantage because it's dead?
Yes.
Because then I rolled a crit.
I'll give you advantage because it's dead. You just shove your finger straight into its body and
You
just like penetrate its stomach. Like
You fist that goblin.
I middle fingered that bitch right in there.
what would you guys like to do?
I crawled towards the cave and like checked the temperature a little bit.
Okay.
I'm I'm not like really feeling it, but I'm trying to see like, is it like death in there, or is it cooled down?
It's still pretty warm, but it's not. There's nothing that's on fire really that you can see.
Well, if it's warm, I got fire resistance. I'll stroll right in and look for anything that they might have taken.
I call for my new best friend to help me up.
Oh yeah, I'll pick him up first, of course. That takes priority.
As you guys walk in, you see there was piles of loot from a couple of previous raids. Unfortunately, it seems like a lot of it has been pretty well burnt and charred
Oh,
into nothingness, just about. You do see... go ahead and make some perception checks to see what survived the fire blast.
He's finally gonna give us a magical item, despite the fact that he said there wasn't any.
after that, I got a total of 14.
You got a 14, and what did you get? A 6?
I got a 6.
So you're just wounded, crawling around. And,
No,
like,
no, I'm on his shoulder now. Me and him are like walking together.
You
We have been
can't.
shaved.
You're still kind of shaky because you just got woken up, so you can't. You don't really see much. But Rukir, you do manage to find about 15, 16 gold.
I take 4 of it and give the rest to Zonda.
Wow. You also find a gold necklace that somehow managed to not get completely melted.
That makes me think things, but I don't.
You
know.
look at it and
Smart.
you can kind of guesstimate that it's probably worth somewhere around 5-ish gold in total.
So I have 26 gold, but now, because like last time, like I typed in how much gold I had, it randomly deleted itself. So I'm also gonna type it into my items.
Okay.
Anyways, content.
Unfortunately, you could see what looked like a couple of... There was some, like, clothing and maybe a weapon or two and some armor. And then a couple of probably dead bodies, but most of that's been either melted or burned into nothingness from the color.
Probably went dead before that fire.
I can only hope. This weighs heavily upon me.
I do my best attempt at my usual like happy-go-lucky like can't on over to that gold necklace that he... Boy, I haven't seen it yet. Shit, never mind.
You don't know what he found. You're just, like, looking around like...
I said, oh man, I haven't seen it yet. That's immediately what I responded.
I found this necklace.
Nice.
Can you detect magic?
No, but I guess I could like try to Arcana check it.
You can make an Arcana check if you want.
Okay, let's do it. Let's double team.
If I got
this.
advantage, it would be a 21. Unfortunately, it's a 4.
What? No, it's a 21, because 21's the first number.
No, dude. If you don't have advantage... Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just a straight
Then
one.
I would have hit quite a few more hits if I knew that. Because there's that quarterstaff up there that was for 23 instead of
Wait,
5.
I'm confused. Wait, what were you? Were you just thinking that it was always the one on? Which one were you trying to roll off of? Is what your
If
hits
it's
were?
not advantage, I was always going to lowest because I thought that seemed fair. Otherwise,
Well, you were rolling with disadvantage then every time.
Yeah, because
No wonder
otherwise I
you
would have
couldn't-
killed them all by myself.
No wonder you couldn't hit crap.
Yeah,
I
I
like-
could
I like
have
it.
killed all of them.
I like the
alone.
way it played out a lot better, honestly, this way. But
No, I'm cool with it. But, like, I just want everyone to know I could have killed all of them by myself.
well, you don't know how tough the hobgoblin was, so.
No, seriously. I have rolled so many crits if this is the case. Or at least close to crits. I'm talking like 24, Okay, 23, 23, 22. Like, I would have fucking decimated the crowd.
Well,
Like,
now you
non-stop
know.
destruction.
I feel more shame.
Like,
You
like, no one would have standed against me. I would have never gotten stabbed. I would have never run away. Everything would have died.
you look at the necklace. It doesn't seem to emanate any magical aura from it.
I just sort of shrug and be like, looks pretty though.
And I got a 2, so it's gold.
It's gold.
Oh wait, I got a 21 on Arcana.
I know.
So nice. So yeah, it's not magical at all.
That's what I said.
No, but I was a bit confused thinking about my previous could be victory. My previous, like my brain was lost in the spotlight.
Well, then.
Knowing the fact that I lost completely by mistake.
You look into it. In this little clearing, you can see the sky, and the light seems to be getting close to dark.
Do you guys see all my rolls on the other side there? And
Oh, I
like,
see them.
See
like-
them? Where?
I wasn't looking at them because I was trusting you to tell me the right roll, but you were. I
No, I
didn't
was
realize you were
saying-
telling me the wrong one against yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
would've
never
been
say I'm
hitting
not
like
honest.
crazy.
I would have killed everybody.
That animal
Look at all
handling
those
still would have
clips I would've
failed.
gotten.
Sorry, that animal handling still would have failed.
Oh no. Like, my character's a fucking dipshit sometimes. I'd never expected that animal handling to work. I took the dude's pants, okay? I wasn't going for success. Okay. So, I tell him that, like, I need to go take a nap in the carriage. If you could, start directing the horse forward to our destination.
I will do my best. Enjoy your rest. You have earned it.
Alright.
Wake me up if anything happens.
I will.
You guys
I'll
head back to the
protect you.
carriage.
I'll protect you, little guy.
I feel conflicted. Like, I'm like happy that I know I got someone got in my back, but at the same time, I'm big bad chainmail wearing dragonborn, and I got my ass handed to.
You travel through the forest back to the carriage, and Zonda wearily climbs into the back of the carriage and just like collapses, like as you climb into the driver's seat. The horse kind of gives you the horse look, just looks at you like.
I think I've incurred a life debt, which immediately was returned. Which was
I say, on Dasher, and snap the reins.
All right, make an animal handling check with
I've already
advantage.
named it David.
Oh, I'm sorry. On David.
Well, this animal check will decide if he goes by David or Dasher.
No, I'm always going to call it David. Doesn't matter if it's the right name.
What stat goes with animal handling?
It should be on your character sheets.
Let's see.
Animal handling requires...
Ah,
Wow, it's the one thing that doesn't tell me what it requires.
it requires wisdom.
What did you get?
It would
I'm
have
the
been
wild one.
a 10, but now it's a 9.
All right. The horse kind of looks at you like.
Hit it in the ass really hard.
I shoot a tiny bit of fire on its ass. Just a little spit.
Like a
I
little.
want you to roll an intimidate check with advantage.
Oh, intimidation. I think I have a thing for that. Let's see here. Oh, yes, that's my charisma. Alright, it's 11. What's the bigger one? Okay, 11 plus 2. That's 13 plus my intimidation. That's 15.
All right, you breathe a little fire on that horse, and that horse is gone. It's just you don't even you get launched back into the seat horse is just galloping out of the
You hear
woods.
a slightly, if not very pissed person say, "What the fuck?" And
Sorry!
hear a loud bump.
He wouldn't go!
You hear Zona kind of wax into the back of the cart. Fortunately, not taking any damage. Just, the carriage just goes flying forward. And as it becomes nighttime, you see the city, or not the city, more like the village of Thandalon. and you approach it. And it's just like the Thandalon is just a tiny little thing. If you look at the Shadow War game, this is about the size of Thandalon. You can see from one end of it to the other from the general street.
Have a picture.
Oh, I guess I need to open.
You should go look at the Shadow War one, not the tutorial one.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the small hamlet.
Yes. You can see straight down the center street with maybe like one or two side streets and a couple of like houses and mostly just some like pretty much like sheds, shacks. Maybe like basically peasantry houses. It seems to be like a kind of rundown general store on the main street across from a tavern, and then a very, very small chapel on the far end of the road that leads to the other woods on the other side. Off in the distance on your right, there's a brewery of a pretty good size. It kind of sticks out against the hillside that's behind it, like another big flowing hill area.
After that travel, I'm already on the roof, like using my flute, doing Fiddler on the Roof tune.
You're pulling. As you pull in the village, you see on the left there is like grassy plains for a while, and then trees, and then ahead of you is just another giant forest after another stretch of plains on the city. And it's nighttime as you kind of roll. So pretty much nighttime as you guys roll into the village.
And I want you guys to know that I don't need to breathe. So I've been doing that like ever since my character got up, like nonstop, the whole damn time.
As you ride into the village playing Fiddler, you can hear some grumpy people complaining inside their houses as they get woken up by... Actually, make a performance check.
So you're the one that does those 10-hour videos.
I did a 0.
So your flute playing doesn't sound like... It sounds like...
You somehow invented dubstep.
And
Wow.
With a flute, no less.
when it does, the flute sound actually does seem to make a sound. It sounds extremely off tune.
It sounds like a hawk hunting its prey the whole time.
Pretty much. It sounds like a cross between someone spitting and making fart noises.
People are running out trying to check their pigs.
There's people just staring at you, and you see a couple of like torches kind of light up in some of the houses, like they're gonna like Angry Mob style.
Using my adept social skills, I start playing it more vigorously. I see the crowd and I get excited.
You have a wootism.
As you roll into the center of town, there's now a crowd kind of surrounding your carriage, and they've got like pitchforks and torches, and the one seems to take charge. And he's like, "Put the bloody damn flute away."
I stumble my way to my feet without paying attention to anything around me, and I take a few bows and say thank you for this kind reception. I never knew my music was so beautiful. It is like the siren songs.
The people just stare at you, and the lead guy's mouth kind of like drops a little bit, like, and then he looks at you, Balthazar, and he's like, "Is he drunk?"
No, we've just had a very long day. Can you direct us to the what was the name of the inn?
You don't know the name of the tavern right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm a little high from the loss of blood. I like chime in a little bit. It may be the loss of blood that's getting to me, but I think that was anger in your voice when it was so beautiful.
He looks and sees like this giant blood stain in like your cloak where you were stabbed. He's like, "Oh,
oh no, I have no shirt on." Like,
he just sees a giant blood stain on your shirt or on your stomach.
Blood. Yeah.
He's just like, well, the tavern's over there. It's called the Leaky Roof. Just don't ever pull that flute out on village again. I swear."
Thank you, sir.
Got you.
I say I know how to play the drums. I don't, but I say that.
He gives you like a pleading stare, like, please, just don't. We want to have a peaceful life here. We just want to be able to live and sleep in peace.
My music's so beautiful that it rouses them from sleep.
The crowd's dispersing, and this guy's like holding his head. It's like, just get to the tavern. And he heads off.
Since I'm not very wise, that is the most beautiful music I've ever heard in all my noble life. That Mozart and stuff, That was crap compared to this.
We are the perfect compatriots.
Thou art death, my dragonborn.
What are you guys gonna do now? There's a very small stable alongside the tavern where you can park your carriage if you wish.
We'll definitely park him.
My characters? Is it like a parallel park? Does he really have to like get in there with the horse, do the cool wheel thing, or?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Nice.
Hold on.
I'm kidding. You can just park it. It's fine. You don't have to roll for expediency. It's getting late.
Okay.
So you guys park. Are you gonna go into the tavern now, or?
Yep, we're gonna hit him up. I will buy both my room and his room and drinks.
Right.
I'm not drinking tonight, man. With how low of blood I have, I'm not drinking tonight. Yeah,
Fair
I'll
point.
just spike it and die.
We'll save that for another time then, but I will cover your room.
Yeah.
All right. So you walk into the tavern and you see the bartender. He's just like he seems like a simple fella, but he's not like simple as in stupid, but just like he lives a pretty simple life. It doesn't seem like they get a ton of visitors, so his inn does seem like it has a leaky roof. Cause
I look at him and tell him he looks simple.
And he just looks at you like, "What's your problem, man?"
What's your problem, man?
He's had a
I
long
have
day.
a big gouge across my stomach. Does that count?
He looks at your
Or other stabbing count?
he's like, "Oh shoot."
Yeah. Like,
So, do you guys like want a room here, or what can I do for you?
Yes, we'll take 2 rooms. Your finest
2
rooms.
rooms? That'll be about 5 silver a piece for the rooms. Our best rooms actually don't leak. Fortunately, there's only 2 rooms that don't leak. The other 4.
I just throw him a gold coin.
Oh,
I tell him I'll take the leaky one, and I like go to the room, and do you hear me snoring?
he's just like confused as he watches. He's just like,
I'm confused as well. We're all confused.
The only time you hear me breathe is right then. I don't need to breathe, but I fucking snore.
he's very confused, and then he looks at you, Balthazar, and he's like, "Is he all right?"
We've had a very long day. We both nearly died taking out the goblins, so if they've been a problem for you from like here to that previous town, they're taken care of. No worries. Mostly because of that champ right there.
I didn't know there was goblins. There hadn't been a person come from the big city over there for a couple of weeks now.
That's because they've all been killed by goblins.
Yeah.
Goblin murder!
Well, did he take a crack to the head? Was it part of it?
I mean, have you ever died before or come close to it? I'm sure it probably jumbles your brains a bit. I know it jumbled mine.
Oh, yes. You want to go to bed? You want a drink tonight, sir? Don't normally see Dragonborn in this part.
I'll take a
Normally
shot
see the city.
of Fireball before I go to bed.
Fireball?
Whatever the spiciest alcohol you have is.
We have the Red Fire Dragon.
That sounds right up my alley.
Right. So he goes back and pulls out pours some liquid into a cup, and he comes back. He's like, "Be about 2 silver pieces."
I throw him another gold coin.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Mostly because I'm
Right.
too lazy to try and break up gold into silver.
And this
Not
is
only
where we're
that,
going
but
to
his
stop for
rich
the night.
life has led him past the whole need for gold. He treats it rather flippantly.
Basically. I down that sucker in one go.
Nope. And he's just like, "Oh, good grief." Alright, and this is where we're going to end tonight.
Okay.
You guys have entered the actual plot for the next story now. You just have to wait for the other group to catch up to you guys now.
Okay.
Hopefully it goes a little better than yours went, but we'll see.
Now I'm
I gotta
assuming we
say,
get.
I feel like ours is the best it can go. Just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, role-playing wise, that went pretty stinking well. You guys built a bond of friendship that will be difficult to break.
Unbreakable bond.
Indeed.
Not only that, he enjoys my music.
We don't know how the rest of the party went.
I was very well renowned for my music.
Oh, I forgot to play the music that I was going to do for the fight. Oh.
People at the temple always told, at the monastery, I should say, that I should always have been a bard. It was my God-given talent.
Now, I assume we get back hit dice, hand points, all that.
Not quite yet, because we're not ending it where you're sleeping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't get hit back? I
mean-
to sleep immediately.
Yeah, but let's just say you're probably not going to get a full night's rest, and we'll leave it at that.
Oh.
Okay, and I have 1 health. This is
I never said
nice.
you were going to be in a battle. I just didn't say you were going to get a full night's rest yet.
Did
Yeah.
we get any
There's not
experience?
going to be any battle. How can there be a battle when I have 1 health and they'll just stab me while I'm trying to sleep?
You do get to level up the next time you get a full rest, by the way. To level
Oh.
two.
Oh.
Yay.
So
I
go
wish
ahead.
that would have happened at some point.
The next time you get a long rest, you will be level 2.
But
So
don't count
just-
it now?
You can go ahead and add it because there's not at least there shouldn't be any fighting until you guys have a chance to have a rest. So, all right,
So
I
I
do
should
need
be
to go
level
to
2
bed.
now?
Okay.
Yes, you can go ahead and apply your level up.
Sweet.
Just don't change your hit points in your spell slots or whatever. Or your
Oh.
damage.
If I can't change my stuff, I'm not going to change
No,
it.
you can change it, but just don't change what your current
Oh, my amount?
like what you have right now. Like you have 1 hit point right now, even though you can
So-
change your max.
Would we gain another hit die then?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And do we just go right to like the experience cap for hitting level 2 and leave it there?
We're not even running the experience set. We're just doing straight level ups based on when I decide you level up.
Oh.
So do I just add the 1d8 or do I have to roll the 1d8?
You add 1d8, and then for your health, you roll 1d8 with advantage for your extra your new health for your next level.
Oh yeah, 1d8 with advantage?
Yes.
Okay, well that gives me some more points. Could I sneak in and just kind of like tenderly like brush his hair and give him like a few more points?
So I got 5 plus 2? No, plus 1.
So that'd be 6. I'll go ahead and say you guys can take a short rest and roll your hit dice if you would prefer. Your newfound hit
Okay.
dice.
I got 5 health back, so now I'm at 6 health.
I'm gonna go ahead and just give him 3 more since we've leveled up. Or going
Alright.
to level up, if that's okay.
I'll go ahead and allow it
Okay.
because there should not be any fighting anyways. But
Okay,
so you feel more comfortable.
I'm going to take an antiquarian into this stuff. This will be great.
Do it. Alright.
Our only skills are like help protect me.
In that case, thanks for
Hey.
watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this very drama and intense filled game of D&D. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share.
Also, I just want to let everybody know, I have now gotten to 40 movement speed, motherfuckers.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ah.
Most importantly, game on.
Game on.